If you stood in front of the Great Pyramid and you look at it, you will never believe that this pyramid built by human being. Why? Because you don't know. And number two, if you try to do it today, you will never be able to do it. Are you going to hire today 10,000 workmen to work for 28 years for nothing? That was the national project of the whole nation.
I think Art Bell's real concern was how would someone possibly move those stones 4,500 years ago?
Okay.
A lot of questions, right?
Yes, but can I answer you now?
Yes, please.
Listen, two examples I will tell you. The first example happened a few years ago. I discovered a tomb in a site called Abu Sir. In the top of the tomb, there was a huge granite sarcophagus, 20 tons weight. Okay?
Okay.
If you come to Egypt, have you been in Egypt?
No, I haven't.
You have to. If you talk about Egypt,
No, I have to.
you have to come.
I know.
But you have to tell me before you come.
I'll go. I will tell you.
Now,
I promise.
I brought only 10 people because I called the Minister of Culture and I told him, we found an intact tomb. And the minister said, wait, I will bring the reporter, the press, and we'll do it live. I said, okay, but I hate to do anything live. Then I came to the site, I brought my workmen, 10 workmen only moved the 20 tons only by wooden sledges. We found underneath another sarcophagus, 10 tons weight of granite. We took the third one and we found underneath a third one, 5 tons weight. We took the 5 tons out and we found underneath a coffin with the mummy. And I told the workmen, put everything back. And I called the minister, I said, you can bring the press, we'll open it live. I never told him that I cheated him, but only in a site that I'm excavating right now. We do discover 60 feet under the ground, we discover sealed sarcophagus. The lid is about 10 tons weight. 2 workmen only opened the lid for me. We have a machine called the devil. I don't know why they called it the devil.
Devil?
Devil. Okay. Why? I don't know. I asked them. They said our grandfathers called it like that. Then they brought...
This is an ancient machine?
It is an ancient machine.
Jamie could probably pull it up.
Then
it's probably online.
Then they put this machine under the lid, and they come doing like this, and they raise the lid a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
When the lid is raised, they put a piece of wood, another piece of wood, another, until there is a half a feet that I can put my face inside with with a flashlight to see what's inside the coffin. That we'll talk about it with you today.
Okay. What did you find?
Now, you know, can I call you Joe?
Please do.
And you call me Zahi.
Okay.
Now, you know, I do receive fan emails.
You've received emails?
Fan
emails.
About 50 a week. Some of them bad ones. Some people think that I discovered evidence to prove that pyramids built by aliens or lost civilization, and I hide them. I never answer these questions. But to you, I tell you, how can I hide anything? I'm not working alone. I'm working with people. You cannot hide anything because people will see you. And I will tell you a joke. It happened, but it's a joke. A reporter came to see me from California to my office, and my office was located next to the Great Pyramid of Khufu. And he said to me, people say at 12 noon, you leave your office and you go to the bathroom and you open a tunnel from your bathroom. Really, it's what he said. And you go from the tunnel to the Great Pyramid and you hide things and you come back. I said, okay, what do you need from me now? He said, I want to see your bathroom. This really happened. He went to my bathroom
Did he check all the panels?
And he came back. I said, have you seen any tunnels in my bathroom? He said, no. I said, what are you going to do now? He said, I will publish your bathroom in the internet. And therefore, if you want to see my bathroom, write www.hawassbathroom.com.
Is that much of an issue that people really believe it? That you had to make a website for it?
They do believe in this. And some of them attack me badly.
Well, that's part of the problem, right? Is that the Egyptian pyramids and just Egypt in general is so spectacular. The accomplishments of the ancient Egyptians were so monumental and so above anything that anybody had ever achieved. And since, what they've done thousands and thousands of years ago, still to this day, puzzles people when they try to figure out how it was built.
I will tell you.
You will tell me how it was built?
Of course.
Okay.
How
do you know?
How do you know?
How do you know?
I found all the evidence of building the pyramid. We published a book, 1,000 pages. This book is the Bible of the pyramids of Giza Plateau.
Okay, tell me how they did it.
Now, what we found out, the major problem that people think about pyramids, because most of the information that's written on pyramids are wrong.
Most of it?
Most of it.
In archaeology books?
In archaeology books.
Really?
Except me and Mark Lehner.
You guys are the only ones that have it right?
Because have been working in Giza for the last 57 years of my life. I excavated every piece of sand.
Okay, well, let's start there.
Now, let us talk about number one, the workman.
The work.
Yes, I have to. Then now, this discovery.
Okay, so explain. So you found the pyramids, you found the workers' pyramids graves a mile away.
1 mile south of the pyramids.
And by their names?
Then I found names of the workmen. I found the lower cemetery. The lower cemetery were for the burial of the workmen who moved the stones. And the upper cemetery was for the technicians.
Right, and how do you know this?
I will tell you.
Okay.
Now, the tombs down there are very primitive tombs, built from mud brick, cost nothing. Underneath is a skeleton. And if the skeleton is for a man, he's holding a beer jar. He wants to drink beer in the afterlife. If the skeleton is for a woman, she has a perfume vessels. She wants to have perfume in the afterlife. Inside the upper cemetery, I found 21 titles in hieroglyphic. For example, the overseer in hieroglyphic of the side of the pyramid.
Oh, it says that? The overseer of the side of the pyramid?
Emira Ges Mer in hieroglyphic. The overseer of the west side of the pyramid. Draftsman, craftsman, the one who stands in front of the harbor. All these titles had to do with building the pyramid. Inside the tombs, we found the tools that the Egyptian used to cut the stones.
What tools?
Diorite and flint tools, because in the Old Kingdom, there was no iron.
Are these photos of these tools available online? Can we look at them?
Yeah, I can send it to you.
Can we see them Are they online?
No, in my book, Giza and the Pyramids. I don't know if it's online.
I'm sure it's online. Jamie will find it. So these...
Diorite. Diorite is more sharp stone than iron. And it came from a quarry south of Aswan.
So you feel like they used this very hard stone to cut into the
stone. And I will come back to this cutting the stones.
Okay.
But let me continue about the workmen.
Okay.
To the east of the tombs, we found an area for sorting salted fish. We found an area for the bakery, making bread. We found the workmen barracks for the workmen who moved the stones to live. We found a whole city for the technicians, for the artisans. And we discovered thousands of animal bones. Because people always say that the workmen who built the pyramid, they ate only garlic and bread and drink beer. And I thought if they do that, they will die. But now we discovered that they slaughter 11 cows and 33 goats every day.
King's chamber?
No, except the granite in the king's chamber. And
where'd that come from?
From Aswan.
And that's 500 miles away, right?
Yes, by the flood. The flood.
And those were 50 to 80 tons?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't?
Yes.
If I was working there, it would matter.
No,
like,
because
what?
I showed to you. Not only 50 tons. It's 20 tons. Now, what we found out, first, how the Egyptians built the pyramid. They make on the ground a square base. Okay?
Okay.
And after that, they cut in the solid rock in the four sides. You know, I'm going to tell you one thing.
Okay.
If you tell me that pyramids built by giants, okay? I will say, okay, come to the excavation. All the skeleton that we discover are 5 to 6 feet high. Nothing about
Who's
giants.
saying they were built by giants?
Some people say that.
Oh, okay.
The second.
I've heard aliens.
Okay, the second, aliens. If aliens build the pyramids, do they leave any? Do they shit sometimes? Aren't they going to shit?
Maybe aliens don't shit.
If they don't shit, are they
Everyone
going
shits?
to leave some?
Bring the stones 1,000 feet.
Only the stones that came from outside are the casing stones, and I will talk about this later. That came from Torah, and the granite came from Aswan.
And the casing stones with the outside smooth surface.
Exactly,
Limestone,
came from Torah.
Okay.
Then now, when we discovered the quarry location and the base of the pyramid, we thought how they established the ramp. You know the ramp?
Right. To move.
To move the stones.
Right.
We found out if the Egyptian will make the ramp from the quarry to the base, it will never happen. Because when you raise the base, you need to extend the ramp. We found out, listen to this carefully, that the only way to have a permanent ramp is to come to the southwest corner of the main pyramid. They built the ramp like this.
Okay.
And I excavated, and these are photos in my book, Giza and the Pyramids. I excavated from here to here. When the Egyptian construct a ramp, when they finish building the pyramid, they demolish the ramp. They cannot demolish all of it. They have to leave something in the ground.
Okay.
Do you get this?
Yes.
I excavated from here to here. I found in situ remains of the ramp.
Are there photos of this?
Of course, in my book.
Okay, let's find the photos of the equipment first. Can't find anything?
It's in my book.
What did you find?
Well, nothing.
Nothing? How is that not online? That doesn't even make any
Pictures of
sense.
the-
It's in my book, Giza and the Pyramids.
Maybe
These are the
from,
tombs.
his
Joe,
book.
these are the tombs of the pyramid builders.
Right there.
This is the excavation. And this all what I discovered. This is my discovery of everything. Every piece of sand here tells us about the builder of the pyramid. But let me continue this. I will come to you. Then now, let us, if you go to my book, you will find out that I found here the diorite and the flint tools. Listen, then now I will come. The stones for building the pyramid came from the plateau. The casing came from Torah. Now we come to how many years Kufu ruled. Joe, there is one big discovery happened a few years ago.
Are these the tools?
No. This is tools for artists. The tools in our book, which is big diorite tools and big flint tools, big ones.
And why is this not online?
Who never put it online? It's in my book.
Right, but I mean, wouldn't that be everywhere? I mean, that's such a huge archaeological discovery.
It's not. It's because it's everywhere. It's not only in the Workman only. It's in every site. You have these tools in many sites.
Right, but why aren't these tools online? That's all I'm asking.
Ask the people online, but they are remains in my book.
Are they in a museum somewhere?
There is some in the Cairo Museum, yes.
So there should be a photograph of them in the museum.
Okay.
What would Jamie look for? But I don't know, I'm just like asking him.
Now I want to come to
What museum would have them?
Cairo Museum.
Cairo Museum
Yes.
would have those tools?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, a few years ago, a major discovery happened for the first time. It is the first time that we have written evidence about building the pyramid of Khufu.
When did this happen?
3 years ago.
Really?
It's called the Wadi al-Jarf papyri.
Oh,
Do you want to know what's in this papyri?
I do.
This papyri was found in Sinai, in a port belongs to Khufu. And inside this port, there was caves. And inside the caves, found remains of boat and this big papyri. Large, huge.
There it is.
That's it, exactly. Okay?
And what does this say?
Now,
First of all, how old is that?
4,600 years ago.
Isn't that amazing?
And
You
listen,
could find writing
In this-
4,600. So papyrus was made with animal skin, correct?
no, papyrus was of papyrus, from the papyri.
Right. What is
The papyri is just like leaves.
Okay.
Now, but listen to the papyri. It is a diary of an overseer of the workmen. His name is Merer, Merer. Okay? Merer is saying, I am Sahaj in hieroglyphic, means an inspector. Under me, working 40 workmen. I was hired by Khufu to work in his pyramid. This is in hieroglyphic. And he said, my immediate boss, his name is Diddy.
Like P. Diddy?
Diddy, yes. Now,
Okay.
20 years ago, in my excavation west of the Great Pyramid of Khufu, I discovered 20 tombs.
These are the tools?
No. No, this is not the tools. No. The tools are really sharp type of big tools. We found some of them.
What is
Not-
that Jamie's looking at? What are these
This could be, the tombs in the left is like them. In the left here.
those tools? Are
No,
like
no,
that?
no, no, more. No, down, no.
Where?
You know here there is two, there is more. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. No, again.
What?
This two tools,
You mean up?
down.
What are you talking?
The second one, after this one, that's it, up. That's it. And this one,
Oh, those.
those.
Yeah. But don't those look exactly like the other photograph we just had? Those up there. That looks like the heads of
But
these
this was the
things.
smalls. I'm talking about big ones.
So that's
These are tools for making statues and things like, but not cutting the stones.
I see. So these are the same kind of tools, though, with the same kind of materials.
But let me talk about the papyri again.
Okay.
Because many people doesn't know about this.
Okay.
Then Merer said, my boss's name is Diddy. 20 years ago, I excavated west of the Great Pyramid of Khufu. I found 20 tombs, beautiful ones. I published all of them, except one small tomb I said is not important. 3 years ago, I found this is the tomb of Diddy, the person that he was the boss of Merer. And I published this tomb. You can find this tomb online now. It's called Diddy's tomb by Zahi Hawass, west of the Great Pyramid of Khufu.
Canal. They cut a canal just so they can move the stones to where they wanted them.
And I discovered all of this. And this is published. If you write Zahi Hawass,
And so this was all the casing stones.
exactly.
Right. Is it possible that the casing stones were put on later?
You know, after you finish building the pyramid,
Right.
there is two important things when they finish building the pyramid. I discovered in a site called Abu Sir, I discovered two scenes. One scene, workmen dragging a capstone. Above the capstone is a hieroglyphic word called Jaim.
So where's this?
What is this?
This is in hieroglyphs? The
Yes.
dragging the
Yes.
capstone?
Yes.
Can we see this?
Find out. I don't know if it's internet or not. But
What would Jamie look for?
look for Zahi Hawass discovery in Abu Sir.
How much do you think was lost during the burning of the Library of Alexandria?
A lot, of course.
Everything, right?
Everything. And this is why
position.
we have this in the tombs,
Got
these
it.
wooden stitches.
Yeah.
But let me take you now to what I began to reveal, the secret of Khufu Pyramid.
Okay.
As I told you again, I always listen to what people say, and I try to prove them if they are right or not. I was interested in the Great Pyramid most of my life because I was the inspector of the pyramid, director of. I spent most of my life there. Then I closed this pyramid for a year to stop humidity.
To stop humidity?
Because every person,
All the breathing are that predate, that try to push the date back of the construction of the pyramids.
I never heard of this.
You've never heard of this
No,
before?
it's only new. It's a theories from the New Age.
But I know I saw a debate with you. I saw a debate with you and Graham Hancock, and there was another archaeologist.
That was
But hold on. The other archaeologist was saying, if you're saying that something happened 10,000 years ago, where's the evidence of any civilization from 10,000 years ago?
Exactly.
But then you found Göbekli Tepe. So Göbekli Tepe was buried over 11,000 years ago.
That's not true. I never heard about this.
What do you mean it's not true?
It's not true what I told you.
What is not true?
It never happened.
Tepe?
We never discovered this at all.
Wait a minute. Göbekli Tepe is in Turkey. Okay.
Oh, in Turkey. Listen.
Yes. Göbekli Tepe is in Turkey.
I know.
It's
But
more
listen.
than 11,000 years old.
Okay, fine.
It's
fine.
very complex stone structures.
Fine.
But this was the evidence.
We are
hold on. This is the evidence in the argument. The argument was there was no evidence of an ancient civilization from 10,000 plus years ago. This is before the discovery of Göbekli Tepe. Göbekli Tepe gets discovered known to be more than 11,000 years ago. That changes everything. Because now we know. Yes, it does.
That's changed
now,
for
hold
what?
on. Because now we know there was an advanced civilization capable of a spectacular construction 11,000 plus years ago.
This is what. Listen. Look at the archaeologists in Turkey or in any civilization.
Okay.
They never talk about old civilization.
That's not true. Göbekli Tepe is universally accepted as being more than 11,000 years old.
I am talking now about Egypt. I'm not.
No, I
going
understand,
to
but the
civilization.
argument was that there was never any ancient civilization capable of spectacular construction 10,000 years ago. Now that they showed Göbekli Tepe is more than 11,000 years old, they know for sure that's not true.
Okay, but now I'm talking about the pyramids of Egypt. I have the evidence, the written. We found everything about that. We know the dating. And I gave you hundreds of evidence that this pyramid built by Khufu are kept.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm not saying it wasn't. What I'm saying is
any civilization older than we know,
we have still in the same spot. How old does it go back?
We have no evidence.
So how does ancient Egypt emerge?
We have.
How does it emerge and go from zero to pyramids?
Okay, we have. Do you have? Can you listen to me?
Yeah.
We have prehistoric Egypt.
Right.
And we have the old Stone Age, Middle Stone Age, Neolithic, when the Egyptians began to know about agriculture, and they began to live together in communities. Then after that, we came to the pre-dynastic, when a king called Narmer, in Dynasty 0, he began to make unification of the Upper and Lower Egypt, until one king called Mina or Horaha, who united completely.
And what year was this?
This was 3000 BC, 5,000 years ago. In a place called Abydos, they built huge mud brick tombs. Huge. From mud brick, no stones. And these tombs are created in a site called Abydos.
You know what's really fascinating about this is that 500 years, you think about that, how different just modern civilization was 500 years ago. 500 years ago, we had almost none of the inventions we have today. We had no internal combustion engine, no hardened steel, none of the things that we have. And now look what we have with electronics. Now imagine what the Egyptians were able to do in 500 years in a different way, in construction with stone. That their advancements weren't like our advancements, but their advancements were equally spectacular, just in a different way.
Okay. Now I come back to the mud brick structure. This is in Dynasty 1 and 2. On Dynasty 3 came a king called Zoser. He had a genius architect. His name is Imhotep. I am searching. Did you hear about Imhotep before?
Yes.
Okay. I'm searching for his tomb. Only 2 weeks ago, before I came, I made a major important discovery in Egypt. I found a tomb of a son of a king. Inside, incredible statues of Zoser and his father and his queens and his children.
Where's this tomb?
In the shadow of the step pyramid. In the shadow of Zoser. And this really made me, because I have been searching for the tomb of Imhotep most of my life. But the area that I found this tomb, it was under houses, modern houses.
Oh, wow.
The workmen who work in the site, 100 years ago, they built houses in the site. But they never excavated what's underneath the houses.
Wow. So modern houses, and underneath there's an ancient tomb.
6 months ago, we gave houses to these people in another area, and we demolished these houses. And we found underneath major discoveries. This discovery will be in today's show this week. Now, I am sure now that Imhotep's tomb is in this area.
Wow.
Now I come back.
What technology can you use to discover like these underground caverns and chambers?
Joe,
And
all what I do is digging.
that's it?
That's it.
What if these Italian guys are onto something? You can find more stuff.
I want you to come to see what I do and what I discover.
I want to. I want to
what
talk
I
to the
discover-
Italians too.
And what I discover, I can show it to you.
Please do. Jamie, Zeptepi, did you find anything about that? About that? Where the origins of that?
Maybe a book from 1960, and I couldn't figure out how he got there.
Probably a long slodge through information to try to get to the root of it.
Yeah.
But can we continue
With what?
how it happened until you have the pyramids?
Sure.
Then Imhotep came and he built the same mastaba. Mastaba in Arabic means a bench. He built the construction in mud brick of stone for the first time. And he added more section to the first one. And he put above that 5 mastabas. It's called the step
pyramid. Yeah.
In the pyramid
So
text,
that's the first one.
in the pyramid text, they say that the step pyramid is stairs that the king is buried underneath to go to heaven.
And this one was how many years before the Great Pyramid?
It's almost 700 years.
So obviously it's not nearly as sophisticated as the Great Pyramid. So
But
in
listen-
700 years they just got way better at it.
Listen, now on Dynasty 3, there is another pyramid was found, and only I found recently that I did not excavate it completely. I found a pyramid, which is the end of Dynasty 3, of a king called Honi. Then now we came to
His name is Horny?
Honi.
Honi. Okay.
H-U-N-I.
Okay.
Then we come to Dynasty 4, Senefru.
Okay.
Senefru had a genius architect. His name was Nefermat. Then he started,
Sounds like a good name for a genius.
he started to build a step pyramid like this in a site called Maydum. But for a reason we do not know, he left it unfinished. And he went to a place called Dahshur. He built the pyramid with a huge angle. And he changed the angle. It became bent. And he built another pyramid. If you look at the other pyramid of the father of Khufu, it's exactly equal to the Great Pyramid. This is the first true pyramid, but people never go to Dahshur to look at this pyramid. People always look at Khufu. Then you have, in Dynasty 4, the pyramids were huge because of the quality of the stones. In Dynasty 5 and 6, there is no good quality of stones. Then the Egyptian made decrease on the volume of the stones and did increase in the volume of the war reliefs. Temples began to be decorated with scenes for the first time. In the Middle Kingdom, another trend. Mud brick pyramid, but underneath maze corridors of stones that if you go down, you will lose your way.
Oh.
In the New Kingdom, they came in the top of the Valley of the Kings, a shape of the pyramid, and they buried all the kings like King Tut and others underneath the pyramid shape.
So that's the story.
That's the story.
All right. But listen, man, it's been fascinating talking to you, and I definitely am going to take you up on your offer. I'm definitely going to go to Egypt.
No, now we'll talk.
Now we'll talk.
We'll talk to
And
Mustafa.
you gotta send me that video so we can splice it in of the hieroglyphs that are on the wall. You'll send that, right?
I will send it tomorrow.
Okay.
But give the email to Gregor and Mustafa
Okay.
now.
We will do that.
And they are the people that will talk to them now to arrange for your trip.
Okay.
And I will invite you for a good
How many days do you think I should go?
10 days at least.
Jamie, you gotta come. You want to do a podcast from there? Just you and me?
Let us do one inside the Great Pyramid.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will it be echoey though?
Oh, here's another problem with the idea that these Italians are proposing. Isn't there a water table under the pyramid that's like 1,000,000 years old?
No,
There's not water underneath there?
no. This is the Osiris shaft that was full of water.
So is that what Mr. Beast was swimming in?
Exactly.
But where's that water coming from?
It's a water table.
Oh, there is a water table.
This shaft, I brought a company, and we did suck all the water out
Oh.
until I found underneath a sarcophagus and 4 pillars.
Oh, wow.
And this is the symbolic burial of the god Osiris. Because Giza Plateau was called in the New Kingdom Per Uzer Nebrastau, the house of Osiris, Lord of Rastau. Rastau means cemetery, but literally means the underground tunnels that Osiris is ruling. Then Herodotus, when he came, he talked about this water under the pyramid. It is in the shaft. And this when Beast entered inside and
Swam in it.
swimming.
Okay.
You know, I met him because I wanted to convince the young people that pyramids were not built by aliens. That's why I took him to 3
Yeah, I
major
don't
sites.
know. I don't understand the alien thing. I think super advanced culture, super advanced
But you know-
civilization.
but
and I
you know-
think the Library of Alexandria burning is probably
I
one
agree.
of the
But
greatest
Joe,
disasters.
Many people in America believe that you believe in aliens. When I talk to them that I'm coming to see you,
That I believe in aliens?
they do.
Well, I'm not opposed to the idea of aliens existing. There's hundreds of billions of galaxies in the known universe, each with hundreds of billions of stars. The idea that we're uniquely alone. You don't think there's anything out there? Nothing. So you don't believe in ancient civilizations capable
No.
of advanced construction.
But Joe,
you don't believe
Joe,
in aliens.
Joe, I
you
am
don't
a,
believe in
I am,
carbon dating.
I am a scientist.
Oh.
If you believe in something, write an article.
I
Then I
understand.
can read. But don't give me a theory.
But the theory of
Bum.
planets containing intelligent life is...
No, that's not true. I have been debating Graham Hancock and Robert Bafal and John Anthony West, and I told them from the beginning, your theory will go with the wind.
Right, but we're not talking about that theory. We're talking about aliens being possible.
No way.
No alien, just us.
This is
only
the
us in
national
the whole
project.
universe.
If you believe in
Us
God,
in the whole universe?
if
Only
you,
us.
If you believe in God, you will do miracles. The Egyptian
Okay.
believed in the afterlife, and they made this great civilization.
I'm not saying aliens made it. I'm saying it's very possible there's something else out there in the
Okay.
world.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, goodbye,
I really
everybody.
enjoyed talking to you.
I enjoyed it too, and I'll see you in Egypt. All right, bye, everybody.